Hello again, everybody, and welcome to episode 36 of going through a 1971 Topps Vending Box. We're getting towards the end of the box. Just that many left. Last time we had a really good pack's worth of cards, getting some of these guys right here, 3 Hall of Famers, and these two were perfectly centered, perfect corners, great color, great gloss. Awesome cards. We're thinking of pretty soon maybe sending some in to SGC. My son had some fun going through all these cards and picked out this row here of cards that he thought were about as perfect as you could get. Couldn't find any flaws. Here's some of the other guys we have gotten that are some really good cards. So far in this box, we've gotten 6 Carews, but just 1 Bench, 1 Seaver, 1 K-Line. So those are some of the guys we're really hoping for. After we go through the box today, we're just going to do a little shorter thing of playing a little jersey number game. So first, let's just get to it and see who we get in the vending box today. I'm trying to get about a pack's worth of cards here. So right there, and see who we get. It's a little windy outside today. Decided to do an outdoor one. Nice September day. A couple of the reds starting to change in the leaves. We start out with a playoff card of the Orioles celebrating their playoff win. Might be a good time. I was going to see if I got a Mike Cuellar. I was going to show this. This is the Sporting News right in the middle of those 1970 playoffs going into the World Series. 3 top pitchers for the Orioles there. McNally, Cuellar, and Palmer, all 20-game winners. And they did end up winning the World Series that year over the Reds. Here's one of their pitchers, relief pitchers. Looks like a good condition card. And here's a couple of the young Reds that played them in that World Series. Looks like we got a nice Billy Martin card. Got a few really nice Martin cards. That's actually a real nice centered card. Good corners, good gloss. As we're getting towards this far corner, really nice corners on the cards. I mean, you'd expect them to be nice in a vending box, but I think even really nice. Some almost perfect ones. Here's another Gil Garrido. There's either 6 or 7 cards of him, and every one has been very off center. The Royals rookie card. Paul Splittorff ended up being a pretty good pitcher for a while. We got that Tony Gonzalez. He's a good hitter with the Phillies for a while. And we got he was a good pitcher for a while with the with the Royals. Here he is with the Cubs. Early in his career, Larry Fritsch. Real good player here in Cesar Cedeno. Like I've said before, was my cousin's favorite player growing up. And we end with a Chuck Dobson. So can't expect all the packs worth to be what they were last time. Not bad. Got a real nice Billy Martin in there. Right there. So let's go ahead and stack these up so they don't blow away in this wind. And we're going to play a little game. So since this is episode 35, I picked jersey numbers 34, 35, and 36. And we are just going to go, found out the top 5 in career WAR. We're going to start with number 34. I'll lay out the top 5 here. And see, looking at those 5. And remember, a lot of players didn't have jerseys, up through the 30s. So you're not going to get players from way back. But See if you can guess 1 through 5 who they are out of these guys. So the number 1, probably pretty easy, and he wore 34, good bulk of his career, only with the Mets his very first year in 66, but then all of the Astros and Rangers years. But Nolan Ryan, who ended up with 81.3 WAR, shown here on his 69 card. So number 2, I think, is going to be tougher. Number 2 all-time WAR is Chet Lemon. Center fielder from the White Sox and Tigers, ended up with 55.6 WAR. He never ever got an MVP vote in his whole career. Was a 3-time All-Star though, and he just was incredibly consistent. I remember him being a really good player, but I would have never expected him to be number 2 all-time WAR for the 34s. But he had like 9 straight years where he was 5.9, 4.9, 5.8, 4.2, 4.1, 3.0, 6.2, 6.2, 4.0 for WAR. So just quality seasons. Had good at bats, walked a fair amount, and was a really good defensive player. So he's helped out in the defensive WAR side. So number 3 is David Ortiz, guy who started out with my Minnesota Twins, and they actually released him. They were kind of making a choice of him or Matt LeCroy as their probable DH of the future, and they went with LeCroy. But Ortiz had quite the better career. With a 55.3 WAR, he had 541 career homers. 5 straight years he was in the top 5 in MVP, although he never won an MVP. So number 4 is my hometown guy. Saw him rob lots of home runs. So I thought he was good in defensive WAR. He won 6 Gold Gloves, but he actually had a career negative, just slightly negative defensive WAR. Some of that from later in his career when he moved to right field. Kirby Puckett with a 51.2 career WAR. Career cut short, unfortunately, as he went blind. But in 12 years, he had over 2,300 hits and a 318 lifetime batting average. Number 5 career WAR for 34s is Felix Hernandez. And for a lot of these newer guys, I'm not going to have great cards, but I've got some cards. So Hernandez, another guy's career cut short, retired at age 33, but he did play 15 years. He started when he was 19. But arm injuries. He did win 1 Cy Young, 2010. All right, so next we go to the number 35, since this is episode 35. And we'll lay out the 5 guys. And I counted Ricky Henderson in here. He actually had number 24 jersey retired. But his main early years were all wearing number 35 with the A's, and then he also wore it a couple more years. So I gave him here in the 35s. And guessing who is number 1 out of these guys, it is Ricky. Ricky Henderson with all-time career leader in runs and stolen bases, over 3,000 hits, almost 300 homers. He had a 111.2 career WAR. Number 2, Phil Niekro, Nuxie, shown here on his 75 Topps card. He had a career 95.9 WAR. Pretty good. 318 wins, retired at age 48. Had 1 season, 1979, where he won and lost over 20 games. Or 20 or more games, I should say. He was 21-20. Next is Mike Mussina. Mr. Consistent. Career 270 and 153 record. 638 winning percentage. Didn't win 20 games until his final season at age 39, when he won 20 even. Next is, the guy's still going, Justin Verlander. Verlander currently has 80.2 WAR as of this video. He now is at over 250 wins and 3,300 Ks already. And number 5, a guy who in person I got to see his 400th home run in Chicago as they're doing a little stadium tour, trying to get to all the stadiums. I've been to everyone but Tampa Bay, hitting a few a year. But Frank Thomas, he had 73.8 career WAR. He's a 2-time MVP. 521 career homers. All right, last, the number 36s. So here are the 5 we're putting out there, all pitchers. Guess you get up to number 36 and it's a lot more of a pitcher number. So number 1 out of this list is Gaylord Perry. Gaylord with 90 career WAR over 21 seasons. He is with the San Francisco Giants. Threw a lot of different pitches, including a spitball. Number 2 is Robin Roberts. 286 career wins. Perry had over 300. He had 7 straight years of getting MVP votes as a pitcher. 6 of those years won 20 games. This 1952 season, this is 52 Topps here, he was 25-7, or 28-7, excuse me, 28 wins. All right, next. A little surprise, but a guy whose rookie card I do not have, as I also don't have the top number 34. They share the same rookie card. Jerry Koosman. Koosman with 53.7 career WAR. Won 20 games with both the Mets and the Twins. Started out his career actually a lot better than Nolan Ryan. He did win 222 career games. So that is quite a rookie card with the 2 of those guys on it. Next, between these 2 is Jim Cott. Cott with 50.5 career WAR and 283 career wins, 12 straight, and 16 career Gold Gloves. Best year was the year after his World Series year, 1966, when he went 25-13 with a 2.75 ERA and 205 strikeouts. And then number 5 is Don Newcomb. He had a little shorter career. He did play a couple short seasons in the Negro Leagues as a teenager, and then at 23 was Rookie of the Year with the Dodgers. That year was 17-8. It was 1949. This season is a 57 card, but his 56 year, you can see that was 27-7. He was MVP that year, 1956. But he lost a couple years to the military in Korea, and then he retired early, age 34, with arm troubles. But he had ended up with a 38.7 career WAR. So that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that, a little something different. Next time, I think what we're going to do is those all-time career best third baseman. We've done the second base and shortstop. My 2 favorite positions, shortstop, which I played. My brother played second, but when I was really young, played third. So we're going to do that next. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a awesome day.